So overnight, the elves have been out over the past couple of days, and they've been painting our streets every couple of, I'd say about 2 or 3 meters, with keep your distance or one way, as we get corralled into what they're gonna call their new normal, like the livestock that they consider us to be. If you can't see that this is nothing to do with that virus, then I really don't know what I can say to you in this video that's going to help. We are not being attacked by great snowballing rolls of COVID that are coming down the street, which will only harm us if we walk in one direction and not harm us if we walk on the other side of the street. Now, for some reason, people seem to be adhering to this fairly well. There's, you know, a few people milling around on the wrong side, but generally speaking, all the people have come out today who have been locked in their homes, I guess, until their government tells them they're allowed out, and now they think they are safe to come out to walk in the directions they are told to walk in. Now, what you're actually seeing here is Agenda 21. Now, people don't know what Agenda 21 is, but this is what it looks like in practice. It doesn't say Agenda 21 on it. It's going to be like stealthy. It's going to come in gradually, and it's a way of making us, the dimwits at the bottom, do all the work and be the drones while people cream it off the top. Now, this is going to be severely restrictive and it restricts our freedoms and so on. But I spoke to the police yesterday, and I was asking them who's going to enforce this. If I walk the wrong way down a one-way pedestrian zone, who's going to enforce that? And they said to me that they didn't have to enforce it particularly. At the beginning, it's just advisory. All they can do is offer advice, unless there is a dispute, in which case they then have to enforce it. So he was playing it down, but basically, when it comes to it, the police will have to enforce it. And in the case of a dispute, it was really clever what they've been told. They only have to enforce it in the case of a dispute. So basically, what that means is not that they are the ultimate enforcers, but take it back a step, they only have to enforce it if the public wants it enforced. So what you have there is a situation where they're relying on this thing that they call the nudge theory, where peer pressure will bring these regulations into force. You've got, just getting a funny look from a lady with a mask, but peer pressure is what will make them work. So if we throw it out, it gets thrown out. If we just don't observe it and walk any way we want to over the street, then the police don't get involved, as long as everyone consents. Now, if I complain and say you're not walking down the street in the correct direction, or more likely someone complains about me not walking in the right direction, then if the police get involved, they're obliged to enforce it. And I don't think an issue fines, but that's the way they would resolve it. They would resolve in favour of the crazy stencils that have been printed all over the city. I saw them yesterday. I was just out with a friend. We went out, got out of town, and they're all the way up the High Street. Now, the High Street is where that statue of Cecil Rhodes is. Now, I began to say something in a previous video about why he's relevant. Now, he's relevant not as a symbol necessarily of racism, although he can also be that, because he clearly was. But the racism that he espoused was not just black against white. It was of a superior class of people against a lower class of people.